Alright, guys, so this is going to be another comic review from a book sent to me by my good friend Chris. Chris, thank you once again. And today we're going to be reviewing The Incredible Hulk, Age of Monsters, written by Philip Kennedy Johnson and artwork by Nick Klein. Nick Klein and a few other people. Well, Nick Klein's the main guy for the artwork. So, this is the best way to describe this comic is that it feels like the real sequel to Immortal Hulk, to Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk. That's the general consensus of this comic, is that it's the true sequel to Immortal Hulk on a lot of levels. Now, no offense to Donny Cates' run, but it felt like more like we're going to go in a total 180 direction, and also, sadly, Cates never got to finish his book. But what Cates did in his run plays a pivotal role in the story here. And in order to explain that, I have to explain Cates' run real fast. In Donny Cates' run, basically what happened is that something happened in El Paso, and Banner enslaved the Hulk and took over his mind and made him into basically what we call the Smashtronaut. This led to him in a whole event, even involving Thor and traveling the multiverse, going to a planet of Hulks. But the thing of it is, that run was sadly cut short because of a accident that Donny Cates had. So the comic had to be wrapped up in 14 issues. So after that, after Cates' short-lived run, Philip Kennedy Johnson was put on charge for a new book, and it really does feel like Marvel wants to recapture that thing they had with Immortal Hulk, which was one of their highest-selling book at one time. And Kennedy Johnson has been another one of those writers I'm always excited to read about. His Alien comic from Marvel, as well as probably one of his best books, Action Comics, which I think that run has ended recently, and Jason Aaron's taking over. I don't know if Kennedy Johnson is going to be doing an exclusivity contract with Marvel. I don't know if he's done that yet. But basically, he wrote the War World saga for Superman, arguably one of my favorite recent Superman stories. But now he's gotten on to my favorite Marvel character, and like I said, the events of what happened with Donny Cates plays a small but pivotal role in here. Essentially, what has happened is that the Hulk, after being betrayed by Banner, after they had more or less, settled their differences in Immortal Hulk feels like he's been betrayed by Banner after what he did in Cates' run, and now Hulk wants to be the only one between them. Every time Banner transforms, Hulk takes more and more of Banner's life, until only the Hulk will remain. And on top of that, since the Green Door has been shut, a new villain is creeping up called the Mother of Horrors, which they're kind of saying is like a enemy of the One Below All as well as the One Above All, because for those who don't know, the One Above All and One Below All are one and the same. The One Below All is basically they're basically saying in the Marvel universe, Satan is God's Hulk. Like, whenever God is angry, he turns into the One Below All, which in a roundabout way makes a lot of sense. Since the Green Door has been shut, this being called the Mother of Horrors has tasked one of its children, the eldest, to unleash all of these monsters with one goal: kill the Hulk, who is called the Fractured Sun, since its connection to the Green Door. We don't know the full extent of why the Green Door and the Mother of Horrors are connected. All we know is they want the Hulk dead, and they even have Betty Ross under their control as well. So this comic is straight up a horror book. Like, this comic, if Philip Kennedy Johnson treats it like a horror book, like Al Ewing did with Immortal. This is a comic that is the Hulk is. Every time the Hulk transforms, it's usually like in most comics when Banner turns into the Hulk. It looks painful, but it's never like, ooh, I just get bigger. Here it's like the Hulk is like this is some body horror stuff. Like, it is some straight up, like, I am going to force my way out of Banner, and when I turn back, it's going to hurt Banner even more. Like, I think I can show a little bit of that. Like, yeah, it's painful, it's aggressive, it's not fun. And this is a smart Hulk, too. I will say that like long hair Hulk is a choice, but I kind of like it. Like it grew on me. I will say that it does like the green. If, at least Nick Klein's art makes the green long-haired Hulk look menacing, but when it's done by other artists, it feels like I don't know if I like it with different when it's not Nick Klein. I do like the story is that this is a violent Hulk, and we also get a new side character named Charlie, this young teen who had an abusive father whom she murders, and now wants to tag along with Hulk as Banner travels, across the state, across the country, and not so much of trying to avoid, the government and other heroes like he usually does. Here it's more like he's trying to not turn into the Hulk, because every time he turns into the Hulk now, it's like he may not turn back. Because Hulk was pretty pissed off at the whole Smastronaut thing, and now Hulk has, because he's like, you hurt me, Banner. Like, I thought we were cool, and then you stabbed me in the back for something I didn't do. So while Cates' run kind of feels a little inconsequential, that's an important storyline to this. There's also a cool team up with Man-Thing, and the artist isn't Nick Klein, and it's a cool story. This really also has Hulk basically versus Lovecraft. That's the best way to say it, because there's a two-part story involving Hulk and Charlie going to this town, hold this Lovecraftian creature called Brother Deep. I would actually love to see Philip Kennedy Johnson write after seeing how well he does with Alien and this, I would love to see him do something with Cthulhu. I would love to see him do something with like H.P. Lovecraft stuff, because he clearly has an understanding of Lovecraftian horror. So yeah, I highly recommend this book. As a major Hulk fan, this was really good. Not to discredit Donny Cates' run, it sadly got cut short due to circumstances, but this is a really good... If you didn't care for Donny Cates' run and want something as a good sequel to Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk, here you go. This is your book right here. If you loved Immortal Hulk, this is a great successor to it. So yeah. If you've read Age of Monsters, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Chris, thank you once again for the comic. And other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.